Well, I can confidently say, surprisingly, only after around a month of building, that I have successfully built a S&P 500 index fund stock price probability model using completely using AI the whole way through. In short and complete summary for simplicity, I can predict SPY using AI. I've made 245% returns once on this before, and I've made profits on profits over the past week and a half or so. And over the past 2 weeks, I've seen profitability. And over the past 2 weeks, I've seen profitability that I've never seen before. I'm going to talk about how I built it, how accurate it is, and how I'm going to be able to scale this. If you're interested in this, please keep watching, because I'm going to show you guys step by step as to how I was able to do this and how you can use this and create one of these for your own purposes. So a little bit of background. I've been trading SPY options basically my whole entire trading life. I've deviated a little bit, but I've been stuck on US American index option contracts for the whole time. Now, why this model is important to this? Well, I've been unprofitable for about 2 years. I've been relying on emotions, feeling. I've constantly fallen victim to FOMO and just complete random trading just for the sake of trading. I've lost $2.5 grand in a matter of a week, and I simply wanted to get the humanistic side of trading out of my brain. So I looked up Discord calls and taken pics from other people and just saw no progress. So I got to thinking. Over all of my high school classes and my college statistics class, I've learned actually a couple things. Along with a little bit of sports betting in the Northeast, you're actually able to predict based on historical data what will happen in the future and put a probability on it. It's literally how Vegas does most of their sports gambling odd making. So what did I do? Well, I knew I had to get two things. One is the platform that I'm gonna have it on, which I just chose Excel for. If you don't have Microsoft Excel, sucks, you're gonna have to invest in it if your school doesn't give it to you for free. I bought it just for the full and updated versions. Some schools don't really give them like that, but you have to get Excel for this. And the second thing is data. Now there's two ways you can go about getting data. One is purchasing data and having it imported into Excel, or you can manually enter it yourself. Now the lovely part about Excel is that there's these things called formulas that make data entry significantly easier. In my case, I manually entered it in. It's a slow and tedious process, but there are literal banks that hire data entry clerks. So trust me, you're not doing pointless things, because large institutions still need these types of things. So what did I do? I simply wrote into ChatGPT, help me organize and create a trading probability system using historical data on SPY. Give me formulas to calculate direction using variable indicators. These indicators can be literally anything as long as they are able to be given a binary option, true or false. So, are you above this EMA? Are you above this VWAP? Is there a gap? Are you above this RSI level? Are you in this Bollinger Band? Are you at this deviation of VWAP? Things like that. And with that sort of data, you're going to create columns. These are going to be your variable columns. Your variable columns are going to be the things that go on the tree. If this, then that, and this is how many times it's happened before, and this is what happens on those types of days. Now here's the lovely part about this, is that I have not taken a Microsoft applications class. I'm not an accountant. I don't even know Excel that well. I know it to a mediocre level to create this sort of thing. And whenever I ran into a problem, you know what I did? ChatGPT. It's giving me an error. I upload a screenshot of it. Please fix this for me. And it literally tells you how to fix it. If you are ever gonna use the excuse of not knowing how to use Excel or not knowing how to use a globally well-renowned feature, a globally well-renowned application, you should not be trading. You have the freest tool of ChatGPT to tell you how to do things nowadays. If a company is paying someone to learn how to use Excel, they are wasting their money, because it literally shows you how to do it on this thing called chatgpt.com. By the way, you can use any other AI. You can use Gemini, you can use Claude. No one cares. They all do the same thing, and no one's gonna judge what you use. From there, you're gonna get a couple things. You're gonna create a couple worksheets. One's gonna be the complete and full list of all the data entry that you have. This is going to be the longest one. It's gonna be rows on rows on rows. Anything from 100 to 200 to 300 to 400 to 1,000 rows. Here's the thing, the longer, the better. I know it looks daunting, but it's better. From there, you are going to do what ChatGPT says and create pivot tables. What these pivot tables are going to do is they're going to help you orientate this data into charts and probability engines that quite literally tell you when this happens and this happens and this happens, you have a something percentage of this happening, you have a something percentage of this happening, and you have a something percentage of this happening. Here's the thing. The creation of this whole entire process is going to be the hardest part about it. Actually, I lied. It's going to be the second hardest part about it. The next hardest part about it is going to be the implementation. So that's why I'm not really stressing on the creation part of this as much as I'm going to be stressing about the implementation. So create it, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you've gotten to this part of the video and you're still lost and you want to just buy it, guess what? I'm not selling it because I don't know what it's worth, and I am not at all in a position to sell this and become liable as a business owner and a company, and I'm not going to become liable as a product seller yet. Give me a little bit of time, give me a little bit of more time to create this product and establish it, and maybe I'll sell it. But for right now, not selling it. Figure it out on your own. All right, now we're going to talk about the implementation of this. How are you going to actually use this to trade? Well, if you've done everything correctly, you should be able to tell yourself and look through pre-market analysis, see where the price is going to start, and go like, all right, we're above the EMAs, we're below VWAP, and we have a gap down. So this is showing me that I have a 30% chance of going down, a 20% chance of going flat, and a 50% chance of going up. That is a clear sign of you should buy calls. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to buy those calls, and you're going to wait 2 hours or however long your parameters set for your variable columns. Then you're going to execute the trade and wait. You might have profit. You might have lost your whole entire trade. We're going to go into the next trading day. Let's say you're below the EMAs, you're above VWAP, and you have a gap up. You now have a 40% chance of going up, a 50% chance of going flat, and a 10% chance of going down. So your higher chance of going up. No, you have a higher chance of staying flat. Now, what does this mean? Well, you can either do two things about it. You can either not trade at all, which is completely safe, and you should not feel bad at all for not trading because you are not giving it to FOMO. Or you can orient the data differently and justify a trade somewhere else. So one of the columns that I have right now is the 2-hour volatility direction, not the close direction, but the volatile direction. How far did price actually get at a certain point rather than where did it finish? This shows me that there is a chance to be profitable before the 2-hour limit mark that my variables have. So I have a 40% chance of being up and a 50% chance of being flat. If my volatile column shows that there is a chance to go up, not finish up, but go up, I'm going to limit my take profit and say I take profit. If I'm an hour in and I have profit, I'm going to take it out instead of waiting 2 hours and then ultimately fumbling the bag and having it go flat on me and my options be completely wiped. That is how you trade it. You orient the data differently, or you don't trade at all, because that is completely emotional based. Trading, if it is not backed, if your decision is not backed by objective standards, you should not have traded it. It is as simple as that. How am I going to use this thing going forward? Well, I currently have 200 trading days worth of data, which is a lot to someone that's first starting this, but it's not a lot for someone like a bank. I want to be able to do something with this. I want to either have the accuracy of a trading, I either want the accuracy of what the banks have and be able to trade this thing on a regular, or I want to sell this thing. And both things require one thing: data. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to scale really slowly. As I scale slowly in trading, I am risking a lot less capital to not only try and profit from this, but test out the data. And I am also giving myself way more time to add data to this. Here's the thing. When you manually enter data, it means that wherever you're getting this data from is completely historically free. If you have to purchase the data, you might as well just purchase the data in the columns themselves. I'm going on TradingView and I'm literally just backtracking myself months on months on months on months on months. So I'm currently at 200 trading days. I'm currently at 200 trading days worth of data. I want to be at 1,000 before I can even think about selling this. Why 1,000? Well, it's 250 trading days in a year, roughly. Give or take a couple leap years. So multiply that by 4 and you get 1,000. What's so special about 4 years? Well, you circumference a whole entire US election. You circumference Congress election, Senate election, you circumference a recession, and whatever the hell the opposite of recession is, normal. I don't know. I'm not an economist, but you are able to encapsulate multiple seasons of data that isn't just skewed one way. Because there's years where all you see is up and you're above your VWAPs the whole entire time. Your data is not going to be accurate. You need to be able to get data that is different and different and different and be able to catch those marginal percentage wins. Because I like to think of this like sports betting and Vegas. Vegas and blackjack are synonymous with each other. What's Vegas's edge in blackjack? 51%. That 1% is enough to make Vegas rich. Billionaires, millionaires, trillionaires, however valued Vegas is, it's made off that 1%. So when we're trading and we want to trade a lot of money, we only need a small edge. Will a larger edge be great? Yes, of course we're going to love a larger edge. But at the end of the day, we need to find the edge, and we find it in statistical, historical evidence. So what I'm going to be doing on this channel, since I'm still uploading, I haven't figured it out yet, and I'm not rich, I'm going to be documenting the whole entire time. Every single time I win, I'm going to show you guys the win, and I'm going to show you guys what ended up happening and show you guys the operation of the whole entire engine. And when I lose, I'm not going to say anything. You want to know why? Because when I lose, and all that happens is I move on with the next day and enter more data in. That's it. I was wrong. And when I'm wrong, guess what? I'm not going to feel bad about myself because I know that it wasn't me that traded it. It was the probabilities built in this. So yeah, that is how I was able to use AI to create a SPY trading model, a SPY probability trading model that is completely non-humanistic and emotional and all the things that caused unprofitable trading in my career. Hopefully I will be able to nullify and get rid of and ultimately become profitable. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If it was valuable, please feel free to subscribe, follow the socials. I'm going to be doing this the whole entire time. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.